Hi, I'm Chaplain David Bonds, and I'm here today to talk a little bit about a tremendous opportunity for Christian education and training that will be available in the fall semester at First Baptist University. I am a Christian educator and Baptist pastor, and I've also served as a terminal illness counselor for the last number of years. I've worked in hospice chaplaincy, and I come to this ministry as a part of personal experience. I'm a widow, and God's transformative act of grace brought me from a very difficult place after the death of my wife, and I feel very blessed to be able to serve here at First Baptist Lexington. Now, Scripture and experience tell us that times of illness and sickness and grief and isolation are tremendous grounds of opportunity for Satan in our lives. It's truly a question of spiritual warfare. Spiritual warfare is a very real thing, and we find that when we're sick, when we're grieving, when we're ill, Satan takes these opportunities to attack the Christian life and spirit. So as Christian warriors, it's our job to come alongside and to shepherd and minister those who are undergoing these experiences. So the idea of the class that we're providing is to prepare a group of servant ministers to do just that. Now, it's common to see in these times of crisis a Christian person having a crisis of faith, but it's more common to see a lost person who has come through his life thinking he was sufficient unto himself become suddenly aware that he needs ministry and that he needs something, and we need to be there to provide that, to evangelize, to testify, and to model the gospel for those folks who are undergoing these difficulties. Now, so beginning on September the 8th, we're going to have a class. We're going to entitle it God's Special Forces. We're behind the lines and in the world, caring for mastering the ministry to the sick, the dying, the hurting, and the homebound. This class is tied to the larger concept of pastoral services in a continuing care concept in the church. Now, we have a number of wonderful services already in place in the church. We have an excellent hospital visitation program. We have grief share and many others. But the concept behind pastoral services is to tie it all together so that we pick up folks when they come to the hospital. We follow them through. We pick them up. We follow them when they leave. We care for them if they're terminally ill. We do counseling with the family. We do grief counseling. And then if someone becomes homebound, we keep them connected to the church, because that's the critical issue, is connection when you're homebound. So that's the overall concept of the class. Now, class sessions will include classes on hospital visitation. There are things to do and things not to do in hospital visitation. We want to learn a little bit about that. Classes on dealing with the terminally ill and their families, helping them get through that difficult time. There will be a session on grief counseling. There will be a session on listening skills provided by Pastor Paul Bishop, who is a licensed psychologist. So we'll have a comprehensive series of classes which will take us from the hospital through the illness experience, where there's terminal illness and where there's grief counseling. There'll be training for that. And then at the end, we will focus several sessions on caring for the homebound and keeping them connected to the church. The homebound ministry is absolutely critical in the life of our church, and we're going to have a couple of classes where we learn the do's and don'ts, where we study the various techniques, and then we'll have a practicum where we go out into the community and apply what we've learned. So we really are excited about the program. If you have a servant's heart, if you have a warrior spirit, and if you're interested in making a real impact on people's lives right at the point of attack for their need, then we would encourage you to come and join us and be a part of this activity. After the class is over, you'll be trained and prepared to participate in any part of our pastoral services ministry. It'll be a time of great fellowship. We'll again meet beginning September 8th at 6 o'clock, and I would hope that you'd come and join us. Thank you very much.